Steven Spielberg and you, yes, we're having a baby. It's very beautiful news. Just a minute. Let me speak with them. I know little of the language. A line from Waiting for the Barbarians that you keep in mind. There's a line when the magistrate returns from taking the girl back to her people and his heart has been broken and he's only just survived really, and he comes back to his little fort town and his enemy has arrived with all the soldiers in the town, and he comes in and to his office and he sees that his office has been ransacked, and he says, I'm so sorry I wasn't here to welcome you on your arrival. And working with Patrice Chéreau, I remember being in a set in a working class council building in South London, and Patrice bringing me, we were waiting, and bringing me to a picture on the wall, and he said, this picture was in my mother's house. I said, really? And you've brought it here? And he said, yes. I always put a little of myself everywhere. Not that people would know. I thought I told you about this woman I'm seeing once a week on Wednesday. I suppose it's better than nothing. She loves the talk. He could get very angry, and he could be very dismissive by the end of the film. My confidence was pretty gone. But I understand that it was to do with how much he was personally invested in the film. He demanded a great deal of, depth of personal commitment from me. Nakedness and from me, so. A recurrent dream. The most recurrent dream I have is of Bob Dylan. I once dreamt that Bob Dylan cut my hair in my grandfather's house. It's interesting too, because Bob Dylan writes so much about dreams. The words of his songs, some of them are rational songs, but a lot of them are not rational. They're like impressionistic or abstract paintings. They are expressing the place before consciousness in our minds and hearts when things are forming. So he stands like the tambourine man there in my dreams often as a part of my psyche, introducing me to things.
Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man, play a song for me. I'm not sleepy and there is no place I'm going to.
A memory from the filming of Dunkerque, or...
Where are we going?
Dunkerque!
I'm not going back. If we go, they will die.
I remember particularly my wife and I arriving in Dunkerque and walking on that wide, broad beach, and thinking particularly of the men, the French and English men, who had defended that beach for many days very, very violently. I felt very much the souls of those people still there in the beach. My wife and I were very disturbed by it. And your favorite American movie? Many American movies. Dog Day Afternoon. I couldn't leave the cinema. I went with my father. And it was one of the very intimate moments between my father and I. We were in some horrible mall, shopping mall in America in the 70s.
Please! Nobody move! Get over there!
I'd never seen Al Pacino before. He was one of my favorite actors, and John Casale. I sat in my seat, and all the other people left the cinema, and my father sat very patiently beside me, and I couldn't get up. I was weeping so much. And eventually he said, "Are you ready now?" And I was quiet. I said, "Thank you." And we went from the cinema. Your life at Shakespeare's Globe. Did I have a life at Shakespeare's Globe? Why, how now, man? What is the matter with thee? Yes, that was a very wonderful life and taught me very much about acting. The thing with Shakespeare's Globe is we all thought we would learn a lot about the stage, but what we learnt about was the audience. That Shakespeare gave incredible freedom to the audience. They paid very little money. And more than that, they could come in and they eat and drink. They didn't have to stay for the whole play. They could come for just the end of the play. If the play was boring, they could see some beautiful man here or beautiful women there and go and, you know, cuddle next to them. It was a very physical, sensual place. Now Shakespeare's admired by the head only. It's very stupid. What did I learn from Thomas Cromwell? How to survive.
Lady Anne.
Vous êtes gentil, hein? Alors, Master Cromwell.
A movie you would love to live in. What's that beautiful film in the 50s? À bout de souffle.
La jolie fille, le vilain garçon, le revolver, le gentil monsieur, la méchante femme.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't mind living in that for a little bit. In that the long scene in the hotel room when they're in bed together and they, oh,